Hey there, tech fans. Today I've got the brand new DJI Neo drone. Now, this drone was announced by DJI a couple of weeks ago, and I've been waiting for my test unit ever since. And I'm going to do an unboxing of the drone and a basic overview to show you what it looks like and point out some of the cool features because it's a brand new style of drone for DJI. And what I mean by that is DJI makes small drones like the Mini series, they make big drones like the Air or the Mavic series, and they also make FPV drones like the DJI Avata. This one is kind of all those drones in one because it's also a selfie drone. So you've seen other products on the market that you can put in your hand, hit a button, and have it do some things automatically. This drone does that. You can also fly this with a controller like a regular drone. And you can fly this like an FPV drone. So you're really getting 3 drones in one in a tiny little package. Now you can see that there's no graphics on the box because it's a test unit. So I haven't opened it up yet like I always like to do. I like to open it in front of you and show you what the drone looks like. Now I've seen pictures. I've actually talked to DJI a lot about it. So I have a real good idea of what the drone can provide, but I've never held the drone. And it's going to be released, I guess, for shipping in a couple of weeks. So I thought I'd get this clip up quickly so you can see exactly what it looks like and then make a decision if it's the right drone for you. All right, so enough talking. Let's get inside the box. So there's a nice seal up here on the top, and I'll use my little slicer over here to open it up. I probably could just pull the tab off, but I thought I'd open it with this. So let me open that up. All right, there we go. Oh boy, you can tell already how small this drone is. Look at the size of this box, and there's the not for sale sign on it. All right, so let me open this up. Oh man, this is this is really, really tiny. So let me shake it out. All right, so desiccant. Make sure you get rid of the desiccant. You don't want to keep that. That's going to cause problems for you. So always chuck that desiccant before you start opening the drone because you'll forget about this, and then you'll be in a whole lot of trouble. So make sure you get rid of that. All right, so inside the box is another box and the drone. I'm going to set that aside for a second. My gosh, that's so small. Look at my hand. It's the size of my hand. Whoa. All right, so what's in this box? This will be interesting. Let me shake everything out of here. All right, that's pretty much it. All right, I get rid of that. All right, so inside the accessory box that comes with the drone, you've got a replacement set of propellers. It's one set, so it's got the left-hand and right-hand propellers. You've got a small screwdriver you can use to change those propellers, and you have a charging cable. It's a USB-C to USB-C cable, kind of a short cable, but it'll work just fine. Now, you have a couple of ways to charge the batteries in the drone. You can charge them by connecting the drone to a wall charger, or you can find that multi-drone battery charger, which is called the battery hub. What's interesting about the Neo hub is that supposedly, and I'm going to have to test this, it can actually charge 3 batteries simultaneously. And before this, all the battery charging hubs from DJI was a single battery at a time. The older hubs or the other hubs would look at all the batteries that were in the hub. They would find the one that needs the least amount of charge. They would charge that one fully. They'd go to the next 2, find the one that needs the least amount of charge that one, and move on to the third. So even though you could insert 3 batteries at the same time, it really only charged 1 battery at a time. With the hub for this one, again, they're saying that you can actually charge 3 batteries simultaneously if you're using a large enough charger. And the charger they're hoping you're going to use is something over a 45-watt charger. So if you can find a nice 65-watt charger, that'll work just great with that charging hub. But if you just want to fly the drone as a selfie drone, you don't need that. You don't need extra batteries. All you need is the drone that comes with this kit. So let me get in here and see what the drone looks like. 'Cause boy, am I excited to see what this guy looks like. Nice bag. It's sealed up in the bag. Here we go. Boy, this is a beaut. This is a beaut. It's the traditional gray from DJI. It's got prop guards in the top and the bottom, so it's an incredibly safe drone. You can fly this in the house. Nobody's going to get their fingers in there and get hurt. I really like it. Oh, and the prop guards come off, or the prop protectors come off, so you can snap those off if you want to. The battery's on the bottom right there, and I'll show you a closer look at this in a second, but let me drink this in. Oh, this is great. This is really great. Look, there's a demo only on the side there. So they're really telling me, like, Rick, you can use this, you can test it, but don't give it away. Although, I don't know, maybe I will give it away. We'll see. Anyway, and let's see, on the bottom, that's where the battery is, and there's a release right there for the battery. So to pull the battery out, I'm sure you pull down on that and pop it back, and there's the battery. Boy, that's nice and small. It reminds me of the Tello battery, which is another product that DJI worked on. It's got a little bit of a spark look to it as well. Anyway, that goes back in. You basically just put it in like that and snap it closed. You hear that click? Now it's locked in there. On the bottom, you've got 2, looks like infrared sensors right there. So it's using time of flight sensors. So when it's close to the ground, it can gauge how close it is to the ground. There is no real crash avoidance on this, so you've got to be careful when you're flying it. But honestly, this thing is built like a tank. I think you could run this into a wall and not have a problem because these prop guards look really stable. Then there's another dot in the center. I'm gonna have to figure out what that is. I can't believe that they're using like LiDAR on here or opticals, but I'm gonna check into that and see what that's all about. And then on the top of the unit right here, that's where the control panel is. So again, you can fly this with a controller, you can fly it with the gyroscopic controller and the goggles, or you can fly it on its own, or you can use an application on your phone. So you got a lot of different ways to fly it. But if you want to fly it like as a selfie drone, let's say you've got it out with you on a nice walk in the park, all you have to do is hold it in your hand, turn it on, and pick one of the flight modes on the front, tap the button, the drone will lift off your hand, fly away from you and do that predetermined pattern, then come back, you put your hand out, it lands on your hand. So I think this is a whole new class of drones that I'm calling selfie drones or camera drones, but I think those are a really nice concept because, let's be honest, people that fly drones like myself love flying drones, and I love being in control of the drone, whether I'm using a controller or I'm using FPV goggles with some other controller. I like having control of the drone. But a lot of folks out there don't want to really deal with a controller and spinning up a drone like a Mini and putting it up in the air and trying to get that perfect shot. So a drone like this that you can basically turn on and within 10 seconds have it ready to go, hit a button and have it fly up and take that beautiful picture, I think is a major advantage because it's a drone that everybody can use and you can capture some pretty cool video with it. All right, so let's talk about the specifications. So the drone itself weighs 135 grams. I mean, this thing is feather light, really incredibly small. Pretty much portable, you can take it with you everywhere. The drone will fly for up to 18 minutes on a fully charged battery. And again, those are estimates, right? We're not sure how long it's going to fly till they get it outside and start testing it. But I think if I got 15 minutes out of it, that's plenty of flights for me to put up in the air and do circle patterns and fly away from me and take some video from behind me, or use the controllers and fly it over a lake. So I'm anxious to get out there and do that. Now, the distance it can fly is 7 kilometers. There were no specifications about whether it was using OcuSync or some other technology. I'd be very surprised if this used OcuSync between the drone and the controller. It's probably some type of modified Wi-Fi, which I know OcuSync is as well, because OcuSync uses 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz, but I don't think they've got the actual OcuSync tech inside here. But again, I'll do a little more research on that and figure it out. But 7 kilometers is incredible. And I always say this, you can't really fly it that far because you got to keep it in your line of sight. And a drone this small is going to be hard to see more than a couple thousand feet out. So, just be respectful of the rules. In addition to that, it's got, like I said, it's got sensing on the bottom, so it knows how close it is to the ground, which makes it great for flying indoors. It's got GPS coordination on it as well. It's got an application interaction with the DJI Fly app where you can actually launch it by talking to the app and have it do that, whatever pattern you decide to have it do. You can also record audio while you're filming, which is great for people that are vloggers. If you're out in the field, you want to create a vlog, maybe you're jogging or you're doing some kind of demonstration, put the drone up, have it hover a couple of feet away from you. You can talk on your phone and have that audio be picked up, and you're going to get beautiful video of that particular scene. Now, I'm going to spend some time, actually a lot of time, flying this, so I want to test a lot of different aspects of how the drone handles. But again, I cannot believe that DJI is able to take all of the advanced features that they've got in a lot of other drones, like automated flight patterns, return to home, stable flight in the air, and pack it into a little tiny airframe that weighs 135 grams. I just cannot get past that. This is a marvel. And again, I'll get it up in the air. I'll spend a lot of time flying it, getting some footage. The camera inside here is a 1/2 sensor, 1/2 inch sensor, or 1/2 sensor, and it actually captures 4K video at 30 frames a second, or 1080p video at 60 frames a second, and you can also take 12 megapixel pictures. So think of this as sort of your phone floating in the air that you can control from your phone, or you can control it from a controller, or you can control it with the gyroscopic, or it's automatic flying. So it's got everything you'd want in a drone. And again, what I like so much about this is that it's really 3 drones in one when you think about it. It's a selfie drone or a camera drone, it's a Mini, which is a standard drone, or it's an FPV drone. And you can choose how you want to fly it any given day of the week. So I think that's really cool. So I'll have this up in the air real soon, and I'll be doing a lot more discussions around it and trying to figure out what it can do and what it can't do, and I'll let you know. But that was pretty much it for today. I just wanted to do a brief unboxing because these are going to hit the market in a couple of weeks, and I wanted you to know exactly what the product provides so you can decide if it's the right drone for you. For me, this is definitely going to become part of my drone fleet because it does a lot of things that my other drones do, but they take a lot longer, and I got to bring a lot more stuff with me. So I'm going to be using this one an awful lot. And that's all I really had for today. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful.